This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and this is the Sony Ericsson Xperia Play 4G for AT&T. This is an HSPA Plus phone, hence the 4G moniker, not LTE. Sorry about that, but HSPA Plus is pretty good on AT&T. We've been averaging about 6 megs down and 1 meg up, according to speedtest.net, so you get pretty fast data speeds here. And that gives us a leg up versus Verizon's Xperia Play that just runs on EVDO 3G, typically more like at best 1 meg down and around 500K up. Otherwise, the phone is really pretty much the same. Just a GSM version of it. It's blue instead of black. It's a nice dark blue. It doesn't show fingerprints quite as much as the black version. I don't know what they've done with the coating there, but it helps. I don't think it has anything to do with the color. And it's got that same interesting kind of shape and slider. It's for the game controller, and here we have the L and R shoulder buttons right here. This is the volume control. A little hard to operate when you're actually in a call and you want to change volume. It's funny, the PlayStation controls are awesome on this, the Android buttons not so much. In fact, the Android buttons are these teeny little hardware clicky buttons, not capacitive buttons, for the Android controls. And if you're holding the phone in one hand and you try to press them, you're liable to flip the phone forward. So it's one of the few things ergonomically we don't like so much about this. Slide it open, of course, and you've got your PlayStation style controls here, and it automatically launches Xperia Play, which shows you all the games that you have in the Play Games section. If you want to get more, tap that and it shows you what's available for purchase and download. So you got the full PlayStation controller thing going on here. You've got your directionals right here and the standard PlayStation control buttons there. Optical joysticks over here, the select and start buttons, and there's your menu button as well. And we'll show you gaming in depth in a bit. Taking a look around the phone once more, you can see up here, here's a little power button. On the back we've got a 5.1 megapixel camera with an LED flash. Takes pretty nice photos. Sony Ericsson knows how to make a camera phone. It has things like image stabilization and can shoot 720p video. On this side over here we have the micro USB port and the 3.5mm headphone jack. The phone's pretty thick, obviously, to accommodate the slider, and so it feels like something good in the hand, like a controller when you're playing games. It weighs 6.2 ounces, which makes it relatively heavy among today's smartphones. This has a 1 GHz second generation Qualcomm CPU with Adreno 205 graphics. Not going to wow us compared to dual-core CPUs with Tegra or even the latest generation Qualcomm Snapdragon with Scorpion CPUs and Adreno 220 graphics, but it's up to the task of handling the PlayStation games pretty well on this, so we're not going to complain. Adobe Flash, not as good as a dual-core CPU when you're using Flash in the web browser, but it's okay. It says a 4-inch capacitive multi-touch display. The resolution is 854 by 480, slightly different from the 800 by 480 standard resolution we see on higher-end phones. Not QHD either, which is 960 by 540 pixels, but not bad. It's a good resolution for the screen size of 4 inches, otherwise things just get too tiny to see. This runs Android OS 2.3.3 Gingerbread, and it's got some Sony Ericsson customizations on here, the typical things that we see. The timescape, for example. This is social networking and uses kind of cards for each tweet or Facebook to show you the latest Facebook and Twitter entries, which is kind of cool. And if you want to see more of a particular post, you just tap on it right here and it takes into either Facebook or Twitter, depending where it's originated, and you can see the full thing and click on any links that are included and all that good stuff. You've got your standard multiple home screens here, and there's a little indicator, a little hard to see on this background, but you've got 5 home screens to put stuff on. We've got the wireless controller right here, which is pretty handy. Google search, of course, on the front page, and more applications here, and you can add widgets just by pressing and holding, typical for Android. And we'll see what widgets we've got here from Sony Ericsson. We've got the analog clock here. We've got a shortcut to get more games, media shortcuts, individual controls for the wireless radios and backlighting, PlayStation Pocket launcher for the games, power control. Not a whole much going on here in terms of Sony Ericsson customization, and that's not a bad thing. I don't like too much of a UI overlay. You can see if you launch the app palette here, it's got a transparent background, so you still get to see your desktop pattern, and it's a side-to-side swipe to get to all of your apps. So what's on here? We've got Amazon Kindle pre-installed. AT&T software includes the usual AT&T code scanner, family map, AT&T Navigator, Yellow Pages mobile, and AT&T Live TV, which is Mobi TV for streaming and on-demand video for a monthly charge. We've got an Office Suite here. This is Mobile Systems Office Suite. That's a viewer-only application. And that's about it for bundled software. All the standard Google apps are here. You've got your YouTube, Android Market, the WebKit web browser, email, Gmail, all that good stuff as well. How about games? The easiest way to find out about games is to launch the Xperia Play app, and you can see what we've got bundled here. We've got Asphalt 6, a racing game, Dungeon Defenders Second Wave, Madden NFL 11, Star Battalion, T-Block's My City, and The Sims 3. Now, there's a good selection of games that are available for PlayStation phone. You can see you get Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, you can see various Splinter Cell games, Modern Combat 2, Black Pegasus, Dead Space, Assassin's Creed, Vendetta Online, Battlefield 2, Rainbow Six, Reckless Racing, Hockey, Need for Speed, again. So there's a good number of games, and Sony Ericsson has been pretty aggressively adding new titles to keep you entertained and busy. Since this is a gaming phone, we're going to take a look at the games that are pre-installed and see how it does. First, we'll take a look at The Sims 3. It takes a bit of time to launch once you actually have a sim created in a virtual environment. And we'll load our game in progress so you can see what the graphics look like and the controls. Here's our environment right here. And we can zoom in and out. Change our point of view and have all the sim controls here. Tap on the fridge, you get a quick snack. Sometimes it's a little hard actually to tap on things in this game. It's a nice 3D rendition of The Sims with a good number of features. So it plays very nicely. Launch times, like I said, are a little bit long on this game, but once you're in it, it's fine. And now we'll check out Asphalt 6, also included with the phone, full version. And we have the volume set about midway right now. Crank it up a little bit more. So there's our nice cutscene. Pretty good for a single core CPU. And instead of using the accelerometer, we actually have a D-pad to use for steering. We have shoulder buttons to use for things like nitro and braking.
Yeah, the Bahamas, but this ain't vacation. 3, 2, 1, go!
Steering controls are pretty easy when you're using the D-pad. Nitro using a shoulder button. So that's Asphalt 6, also looking pretty good. Now we're going to play Dungeon Defenders 2, Second Wave. Now here we are inside Star Battalion. Using the D-pad for the controls. You can see. Plays very smoothly, nice frame rate. Controls are pretty good too. Sound out of the speaker also very nice. As a phone, the Xperia Play 4G does well. It has very nice voice quality, full, loud, clear, no background noise, pretty much landline good according to our call recipients, and we liked what we heard as well. Volume is about average for a GSM phone, which is to say it's not going to blast your ear off, but you can hear if you're in a noisy parking lot or a big box store. And you can see the interface here. It's a relatively small dialer. They didn't want to use a whole lot of the screen for that apparently. And you've got a little call button here and a save button here as well, dark theme. And we've got the usual Android shortcuts to the phone dialer, the call log, contacts, and favorites. Reception on the phone is a little bit better than average. Sony Ericsson generally does pretty well with that, and you can see we have almost full bars here. Some of our AT&T phones only get about half bars in this location. Again, data speeds on the HSPA Plus network, we average about 6 megs down with a signal that's this good, almost full bars, and 1 meg up. Sony Ericsson likes to customize their media players, and you can see here, this is the music player that they have customized. You get very large album art right here, playback controls, a dark theme. Again, this can be a little bit hard to see outdoors, but you get access to things like your full playlist right here, and play right from there. Some strange tunes that it came with. But the sound quality is good. There's a nice dynamic range there and fairly full. And we'll take a look at the web browser. It's your standard Android WebKit web browser, and we have Adobe Flash on here. Switch it to portrait mode for a better experience, and that's a mobile site that starts with, and we'll go to our own site so you can see how it loads. And this is over AT&T's HSPA Plus network. 4G of the non-LTE variety. Still pretty darn fast though. And that loads very quickly. And we've got flash banner ads running here, and you can see that slows down the scrolling speed a little bit while the page is loading, and even still it would scroll even quicker. And pinch zooming is a little less than fluid, but it's not bad. Again, this is a single core CPU, and Adobe Flash is more of a challenge for it. And if we take a look at YouTube videos, you can see here it's the very basic on-screen keyboard. It's pretty easy to use it in landscape mode, but in portrait mode I find the keys are a little darn tiny and not very easy to use. And it's quickly loading the mobile site. We'll switch to the desktop site so we can see Adobe Flash playback instead of the mobile playback format. Though the mobile playback format is actually very good these days. It's pretty sharp and clear. And we'll pick an HD movie trailer and play it through the browser so it uses Adobe Flash 10.3. So here we have our usual 360p framed inside the window to start with. Doing just fine, so we'll pop it out to full screen in 480p. And now here we are playing full screen at 480p. You can see some frame drops there. What's a little bit more difficult is the player controls are not as responsive as they would be on a dual-core CPU, making this a little less exciting to use with Adobe Flash. Battery life on this guy, that's one good thing about not having LTE, since that's a real power hungry thing. It has a 1500 milliamp battery, and it certainly has no problem making it through the day. Now if you're going to play games all day, which could be a temptation with this phone, you might have to charge before end of day. But with average use just as a phone, using the internet browser, web, email, that kind of stuff, yeah, it'll make it through the day just fine. The Sony Ericsson Xperia Play 4G has all the modern amenities you expect from a smartphone. That means it has a GPS, it works with Google Maps and navigation, as well as AT&T Navigator, has Wi-Fi 802.11 BGN, Bluetooth, front video chat camera, as well as that 5.1 megapixel autofocus camera with LED flash in the rear. And this is only $49 with a contract, available September 18th, 2011 on AT&T. So for $50, you're getting a lot of phone here. Sure, it's not the latest dual core with 4.3-inch or 4.5-inch display, but it's a very capable gaming phone. Obviously, it has a unique set of controls, which are nice if you are a gamer. And beyond that, it's fast, it's responsive, it's got a nice display, it has good call quality, and gee, it's a lot nicer than, say, some of the very basic Android phones that we usually see for $49 with a contract. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Visit our website for the full review of the Sony Ericsson Xperia Play.